color analyst. John, I'd never seen Harbaugh go with the plan last year like he did at quarterback with McNamara in game 1 and then McCarthy in game 2. So, kind of a free-for-all. And, the schedule allowed that. So you already mentioned it. So you could see the possibility, maybe not even that offensive line, that, all the positions are unique. You're not going to hit the quarterbacks in camp. The offensive line, I would imagine going against the Michigan defensive line, you're going to get a pretty good test. But, could you see the, McNamara McCarthy plan being used by Harbaugh this year?
Well, in regards to reps and experience, yes. In regards to, what the final result is, and that is, finding out who your starting quarterback, no, it's going to be J.J. McCarthy. But, yeah, I think J.J. will be your starter every single game. You're not going to have, a starter for game 2, but you will see a lot of Davis Warren. You will see probably Jack Tuttle. You're going to see Alex Orji, because you never know what's going to happen throughout the course of a year. And you want to make sure that those guys do have game experience. They've seen everything at live speed. They've taken a couple of hits, and they've had to improvise out on the field. Same thing at running back. You know that Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, that's going to be running back 1A and 1B, but you don't want to get them beat up through the course of the year, but you also want to develop some experience and some game reps for some of the other guys. So you're going to see Benjamin Hall, who I coming out of spring ball, I fell in love with. I think he's going to be a terrific talent. You got Cole Cabana. You've got a lot of guys, Davy Dunlap, that can get in there and take some reps off of the starters, but also develop experience, because you never know when somebody's going to be called on.
It's interesting, John. What's the sweet spot? You can have a plan and then you get hit in the mouth and it's a close game and everything's different. But, so you're going to let the game, the time, and the score dictate so much about, who's going to play. But if you want to get the backups in, is there, you say, hey, let's get them into the first series in the third quarter. Are you coming up with a plan to get them, maybe you sprinkle them in there in the second? I know this is kind of like that question earlier, but, the starters want to play. Guys want to put up numbers, and you do want to get them ready for the conference season. So I know these conversations are had. I mean, there's not one, exact answer for this, but, when you've got a lot of guys that you want to play and you got this kind of schedule, what do you think those kind of conversations are like for the staff?
Well, when it comes, it's going to be kind of position specific. Like I mentioned about the offensive line, you could see them rotating in and out throughout the course of a game. But in regards to, hey, our first offensive unit, there's a lot of value to be had in going into the locker room, making a few adjustments, talking about the pictures that you're seeing some video, making those adjustments, and then coming out in the second half and performing those adjustments. That's a skill that can be learned, and guys need to become comfortable coming out of halftime, making some of those adjustments. And then after that first possession of the second half, I could see, it could be a musical chairs at almost every position on the field, depending on, the score and if the game is well in hand. And, but it's really going to be position specific. At wide receiver, you see guys rotating in and out all the time. So to see some of the younger guys get some early reps, that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. Same thing at running back, tight end position. But the quarterback position, I think that's going to be one where you're going to see one, and then once JJ's done, he's done for the day. He's not going to be coming back off of the bench.